Well, Well, most people are using Claude to simply do simple Google searches on who's the best mechanic in their local area. Companies like us at the 808 AI Group are actually using this tool to grow other companies locally. And one of the projects that we're working on today, and a little bit of yesterday, primarily all of our time yesterday went to actually building out and mapping this. So, pretty much what we did is we have all these Zoom calls from one of the clients that we have. Basically, these are all the last Zoom calls that they have had for the past, what, almost 2.5 years. It goes back to the 2024 time of filming this video is 2026. And pretty much what we've done is we've made a Monday board. So there's a couple tools when it comes to building skills and just building stuff in general that you will get familiar with and get comfortable with so that you're not all scattered all over the place. Monday, Trello is definitely another one, and then Miro board. Those are the top three tools that I recommend for using for mind mapping and just keeping track of all your workflows and your data and just all the important stuff, right? Well, basically, what we were able to do is we were able to go to Claude Code. Let me see if I can pull it up. I hope it can show here. But basically, what we were able to do is I am trying to get all these calls downloaded, right? So there's so many calls here. We have close to 54 calls that needed to be downloaded. Why do they need to be downloaded? Well, because over the past 3 years, this woman who owns this company has been pouring her heart, soul, her mind, just her entire life into this business. And one of the biggest things that I've been brought on to do is help them kind of get more streamlined and then also build out bots for their company. That's kind of what we're doing. This one in particular is probably one of the strongest tools and resources that we're building for this company. So literally what we've done is luckily they've recorded all their Zoom calls in the past and they've spent a lot of time on Zoom calls. So one of the other things that I am doing for this company is I'm helping them monitor and analyze how much time they actually spend on their Zoom calls and how to go from spending this much time on the Zoom calls to this much time and then still collecting the same amount of money. Um, so one of the biggest things is there are a lot of meetings that could be a lot shorter. If you guys have heard Alex Ramosi or any of these other guys talking about it, that's really where I'm coming from that perspective is like there's so much time that's spent on Zoom calls that one, they can be compressed and condensed and more pointed for what it is that you're trying to achieve. But with all that being said, she's been on a bunch of Zoom calls. We have hours and hours of recordings. So what we've done is we've literally mapped out every single call. We also use Claude to go ahead and do this. We use the Chrome Claude extension to basically go through, look at the SharePoint, and then go ahead and actually build out and itemize like all this right here on Monday. It's been an absolute game changer using these tools. But yeah, that's what we're doing here. And one thing that I was noticing is I didn't know how to transcribe it. I didn't want to sit there and just re-record everything or transcribe everything. So what we did is we went to Claude Code, and we built out this workflow. So basically, what this workflow does it is on code. We were able to have an open source for Whisper, and what we did is we went through Claude Code and we said, hey, look, what we need to do is every time we download this call, we needed to then go into a file, which is right here. Hopefully, this doesn't mess up my recording. Minimize. So it goes into here and it goes into the SharePoint folder. And then what it does is it does actually, every time we download a video, right, or a Zoom meeting, it'll go through and it'll automatically map it inside this folder because the way that we built it, we did not want to go through and read, label, and name everything. So we built it out and we asked Claude Code what to do. So that's what we've done. So that's what it's doing. And then on top of that, it is also transcribing the call. So once the call is done being transcribed, what it's going to do is going to show up in our feed here somewhere. I think 2025. So boom, boom. So it's already done these, and this is doing it in the background as well. So this is downloaded. So this one's not downloaded. So the whole game plan of what we're going to do after we have all these transcribed, we're going to go take all those transcripts and even this work folder, and we're going to connect it to Claude Code as the company and make that the brain to where any customer can go there and ask any FAQs, and also anybody who really just needs to know how the company operates, they can go in there and ask it questions. So that's kind of what we're building today with Claude Code, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.